Main man, made man, back at it. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. Merry Christmas to everybody. Everybody that support this channel, I really appreciate it. And I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. Now, with that being said, man, I want to say I was sitting here just looking at an old video, and I was looking at the comment section from a lot of the fans, and they were saying it was about Canelo Alvarez. And I noticed that the main consensus that's starting to go around about Canelo now is he's a weight bully. He bullies people with his weight, using his weight as an advantage in his fights. He always comes into his fights much heavier than his opponents. He's came into the fight heavier than his last like 7 opponents, and he had some pretty big dudes. We know he's been campaigning at 54, since 2011, 2010, and so he's a pretty big boy. And of course, he's got to grow naturally. He's still young, but a lot of people are going around and saying that he's a weight bully, and he's also started to create his own weight class in a way at 155. We jumped on Cotto a lot about making his 160 defense of that WBC strap that Canelo got now. We made a big deal about him fighting at 155 with it, but Canelo's been fighting at 155 for a while now also. Hence is the reason why he didn't take Erislandy Laura's belt, because the belt wasn't on the line, though Laura's champion or something like that. He beat Laura, but he didn't take his belt because he fought at the 55 catchweight. And he came in bigger than Erislandy Laura, man. Erislandy Laura, I think that fight night, they came in the ring that night. Laura was like 166. Canelo was probably like 171. He came in bigger than Erislandy Laura, which he had to do, I guess, for his strategy. But the people are saying that he was a weight bully. And you look at what Mayweather did to him, made him fight at a lesser weight. 52. 152 was that fight. Canelo drained himself to get down to, Mayweather drained Canelo to get down to 52, but he still rehydrated all the way back up to 170 overnight. So, I mean, is Canelo Alvarez the weight bully? I'm thinking so. But that's why he has a lot more pop in his punches. He got that power in his punches, and stamina has always been an issue because he packs on so much weight overnight, man. And a boxer can really get him. There's a lot of consensus out there. I'm not one of the people, but there's a lot of consensus out there that Laura beat him and Laura outboxed him. I thought Laura did great early on in that fight, but that's the thing. He couldn't really use his weight because Laura kept moving. When Laura slowed down is where Canelo shined the most in that fight. But yeah, man. And Floyd Mayweather, man, he really did an effective job. I criticized him during the time of fighting at a catch weight because that's just my overall feeling about catch weights. And another thing, I think these sanctioning bodies really need to consider same day weigh-ins, man. Same day weigh-ins, as if, nah, fuck all that rehydrating shit. If the fight is at this weight, let them fight at that weight. I'm with that. Somebody need to really start that petition and get it going. You know what I mean? Fuck that. But yeah, man, your man Canelo, he puts a lot of power in his punches. He definitely overpowers a lot of his fighters and his combinations, but he's very accurate. He's an accurate puncher also. I mean, I'm not taking nothing away from Canelo skill-wise, but I mean, some may say a lot of things are attained to his power through his weight. He's coming in bigger than a lot of the fighters. He came in bigger than Mosley. You know what I mean? He came in bigger than he rehydrates 20 pounds or so overnight. Hell, against Cotto, he probably was around 180. You know what I mean? He was huge against Cotto compared to Cotto. I was like, dang, he made Cotto look like a little ass, he just made him look small, man. It was crazy. So his body mass is getting bigger, and he's a naturally big dude. So I'm telling you, man, Canelo, we got to keep an eye on that shit, man. Of course, the GGG fight, he's trying to take GG down to 155. We heard what came out with that. The WBC is basically giving these dudes a voluntary fight. Go fight somebody until y'all can hash out the details, is what I'm basically seeing overall with that. And basically hash out the details and see who's going to fight at, how y'all going to get to 155. It may be a settlement at 157 or something like that. I don't know, but I'm not a fan of the catch weights. Man, you know what I mean? Let them fight for that 160 belt at 160. You know what I mean? Both of them their next fights, they're gonna be defending their titles against voluntary. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna pick safe fights just to make this big fight sometime late next year. But I mean, I got a feeling either way, if this fight gets made, man, Canelo is going to come in bigger than GGG. He's going to come in bigger than Golovkin. Golovkin is going to have to keep that in mind. He never puts rehydration really clauses in his contracts. Canelo, and now that he's supposed the golden boy of boxing, the A side now, man, shit, he's going to be coming in at any kind of weight that he want. Fuck around coming at 200 pounds and shit to be fighting somebody at 155. The hell, man. So I mean, the consensus is out there. You know, Canelo Alvarez is a weight bully. You know what I mean? But it's going to take a boxing guy with high stamina. I think that they can beat him. Laura was right there on the cusp of beating him, but I don't think he beat him. Floyd beat him marvelously because of that reason alone. I mean, and then he had to gain more weight when he fought Floyd overnight because Floyd took him down to 52, so that was 5 more pounds that he was, or at least 4 to 5 more pounds that he was used to having to cut weight to. So he had to, and then he rehydrated even more overnight, back up to 170 something. Come on, man. So Canelo and his weight thing, man. So people got to use that as a strategy against him. Keep that in mind when you're fighting Canelo Alvarez, the weight that he's going to come in as, and how to use that against him. Because knowing what he got to do to get to that weight if the fight is at a lower weight, he's going to have to pack on a lot of weight overnight, man. Almost 20 pounds. His stamina, he's going to slow down late in that fight. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just my opinion. Let me know how you guys feel about this. Is Canelo Alvarez a weight bully? Is that what y'all feel about this dude, man? You know what I mean? Should the sanction in bodies, man? Should they? I'm cool with that. I'm cool as shit with that, man. They do that, it'll be a lot of fighters exposed because a lot of fighters use the weight thing to their advantage nowadays, and including Manny Pacquiao himself. Yes, Manny Pacquiao fucking Yao.